There is a strong relationship between the UK and the US. It's historically strong. It's strong in trade, in economic relations. It's strong in defense, intelligence. It's strong in people-to-people and education contacts and exchanges. So it's got all the attributes of a very, very full working relationship. But President Trump has introduced policies which are not the policies of the British government or many other governments in the world, and certainly in Europe, on the Middle East, on climate change, on trade. And as Britain leaves the European Union, assuming we go ahead and leave, Britain will need America even more and will need a stable world trading order, which is not what we have at the moment, because President Trump has introduced a new level of disruption to the world trading system. And I think there is a concern in Britain about a divide opening up with the United States, which most people in Britain do not want, because we regard that link as being a very important part of our security and our prosperity going forward. So there's a concern here, but I hope that the President, by being here, by listening to people, by exposing himself to a range of things, as you've said, over the next couple of days, that will give him a more rounded view. Certainly, it will be important to move ahead with this free trade agreement when the UK leaves the European Union. But let's not expect that to be done overnight. American negotiators are rightly regarded as extremely tough, extremely demanding.
Sounds a bit like Europe to me.
Well, I think that American trade negotiators have a reputation for toughness, which I would want them to be if I were American. These things aren't negotiated overnight, and there's an issue now, obviously, about the content of that new trade agreement, now that the UK has moved to a different approach to the Brexit negotiations with its European partners. So that will need to be worked out. It's not something for Theresa May and Donald Trump. It will be for the trade experts to work out in the months and years ahead. But the key thing is to hang on to the core of our investment and trade relationship, which at the moment is very, very high quality indeed.
Do you think the Brits are helping themselves, or the Mayor of London is helping London by allowing this giant Trump balloon to be suspended over the Houses of Parliament when Trump pays a visit to the country? And also, on back of that, we were going to see hundreds of thousands of people potentially demonstrate on the streets. We've heard from the US Embassy warning US citizens to keep a low profile while President Trump is here. I mean, all of this to me speaks of a lot of tension between the two countries. Well,
I think I'd fall back on what the American ambassador to the UK said just earlier this morning. I mean, I think he said people have a right to express their views, and frankly, to him, the balloon was neither here nor there. It's not a big issue. I don't think that's the key thing. There is, as I say, concern in the UK. There will be protests in the UK. I doubt the president personally will see them, because most of his visits are not in the centre of London. But I think that the important thing is to, again, work out what the objective is. This is a relationship which has been built up over a very long time. It can easily be impaired and undermined over a short time and won't be the same again. So he has to work out what he wants his end result to be. If it's a richer relationship, if it's some rebalancing, great, fine. But don't throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now, to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.